everyone, it's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and welcome back once again to my channel. I appreciate you coming along. If you've just found me, welcome. I hope that you enjoy what you see, and if you've joined me before, welcome back, and I hope you also will enjoy what you see today. So today is a Monday, and we are on Margarete Miller's collage challenge. Today we're on week 21, and the hashtag is 2025CWP21. And what we will need for today is, get my little pointer out here, is we need a pattern with contrasting colors, something sharp or pointed, an old library card or catalog entry, a snippet of a handwritten recipe, a clipping of a meaningful or mysterious phrase, and something silver or gray. So I have what I'm going to consider all of these. Some maybe not necessarily so. So a pattern with contrasting colors. Now this has contrasting colors. For one, I have the drywall tape texture mesh over this green, but the green also has a pattern in it that is kind of random lines, which is brown, but there's not very much difference in the value of the two colors, but they still are contrasting. So contrasting does not necessarily mean bright, it just means different colors. So I got something. See that stuff on my thing? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Who knows? Anyway, so that is going to be my something with contrasting colors. So I have the green and the white is contrasting, and the brown and the green in the paper is contrasting. So we're going to say that's contrasting colors. Something sharp or pointed, we're going to be using the beak of this bird as something that is pointed. An old library card or catalog entry. I cannot find my library cards. I have some, but I can't find them. But I'm going to use this Tim Holtz stamp that looks like dates that have been stamped on a library card. So I'm going to use that as to answer that prompt. Then we have snippet of handwritten recipe is this part of the recipe written in red on yellow paper. That is going to be that for answer for that prompt. My mind went blank. And then a clipping of a meaningful or mysterious phrase. This says, the happy life which flows along with steady course, completely under the soul's control, by Seneca. So mysterious, meaningful, yes, maybe not. It's what I chose. So that, and then something silver or gray. I have this silvery gray piece of paper that's going to go on here. So the first thing I've got to do is put my image, this saying is going to be on the background. So it is going to be my background piece. This right here. I'm lining it up so I can get it stuck down, because it's got to go down first. So this is going to be my background. So let me get that down. And cut around and snipped off and, you know, all that good stuff. So thank you for coming today. I appreciate you following along with my Margarete Millers. It's very enjoyable to have you along. I wouldn't even need to even think about doing this if I didn't have you guys following along. So I appreciate that very, very much. I have been doing and This is probably, no, I have been doing, but I'm not going to mention it because you're going to see this after all that's been done. So we'll just move because we're in May. I'm filming this early, so I'm actually filming this in April. It is a Monday. It's just not a May Monday. Today would have actually been my mother's birthday if she were still living. She would have been 95 today if she had still been living. She's been gone 9 years. Well, it'll be 10 years. It was 10 years in March, actually. So she would have been 95. She died it. And when she was 94. And it's always hard to lose a parent, but it is the way of life. Okay, so now we're just gonna go on around here, get this cut out. This is my background, and this is a clipping of a meaningful phrase, or meaningful or mysterious phrase. I don't know if it's mysterious. I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know. Maybe mysterious. I never thought of our souls controlling our happy life, but I guess all parts of us is going to be, you know, controlling all parts of us, I guess. So anyway, that works out fine as far as the meaningful phrase or the whatever phrase. Well, I'll wait because I'm going to have to do some more snipping, so I'll do my little sanding around this later. But now I need to layer these up to fit in all the pieces. So I'm going to just layer these pieces up just like this. So I will be gluing them all down and cutting them off in some sort of fashion. And then this is going to go over here just like this. And that will pretty much complete this. I wanted the whole thing to show, I mean, you know, just as, I don't know, just as a thing. So this one was pretty simple. It is probably not all that interesting to you all, but I like the way it looks, and I think I feel like it's highlighting what this is saying, which I suppose is a good thing. I don't know. Okay, so there's that. And I just thought, well, the bird is, well, the saying, the quote is the main thing of this, I guess, and the bird would be the secondary thing of this. So I just want to make sure that I don't leave any of the white behind on in between this in between these pieces of paper. So let's get this down. And I'm doing it this way so I don't have to overuse glue, because I don't want to waste the glue if I don't have to. And that's going down just like that. That's good. And then let's get this piece up here glued down. And then we're going to be pretty much, I will pretty much be done with this one. It's just very quick and easy. Got a little glue here I don't need. Oops, about to lose my bird. He's flying away. Okay, my nose is itching today. Okay, I want to make sure that I get this to a place that is going to then be all the way to the edge. because now I can't. I'm going to cut this off so I can see my edge. So I can make sure that I get this last piece to the edge of my circle, because I don't want any white showing beyond these pieces. And let's get my piece down here to get this. There we go. Okay, so I want this just right to the edge, as much as I can get it there. But I don't want it to, let's see. Let's see. I also need for it to show some of the writing, don't I? So maybe we do it like that. Oh, yep, I think that's what we'll do. That looks like that'll work. I'm going to do it just like that. And then we'll get this down. Like I said, kind of quick and easy. I just couldn't figure out anything else to do but what I'm doing on this, because I don't know. This just worked for me. And then I've got to do the stamping, which I'm going to do just a little bit right up there after I get everything else on here. Oh, I went too far over on that. Let's get that off. I hate it when I do that. It's just a waste of glue, and it's not cheap glue. This art glitter glue is not cheap stuff. Although I have had 2 bottles of it for the longest time. So using this little tiny bottle really has helped me cut down on wasteful amount of glue. Because you don't put out as much glue. There. I like the way that looks. And now, you know what I may have to do? I don't know. Maybe it won't be so bad. Get this cleaned off. There we go. Is that this is not very thick. I think this came from the things to, whatever, ordinary things to cut and collage, something like that. Okay, we're going to put him just like that. I'm not going to worry about whether or not this texture shows through. We'll just deal with it. And I'll just stick this down. I think it'll be all right. He'll be happy enough. Maybe. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so moving right along. No, I have nothing especially new to report. Like I said, I'm filming early, so we haven't actually gone on our trip in May because I'm filming in April. But by the time you see this, we'll have already come and gone. So that's the bad part about filming early, is that I can't tell you about current things, because current things today while I'm filming this is not going to be the current things when you're watching this. But I'd rather be ahead than not, because I have so many other things going and doing that I just want to be ahead. Okay, I'm through gluing. So that's me. Gotta do my stamping. And I wonder if it would stamp right there. I would like for it to be right there. I wonder if it would stamp there over this mesh. We're going to try it. But first, let me sand around the edge. As I have said before, it is nice to take this and sand around a circle after you've cut it, because it just makes it smoother. So I just take my nail file or a piece of sandpaper. The nail file is easy, convenient, and handy. I think I'm going to do the stamping in black. Yes, that feels nice around there. I'm going to take it right here for a minute because I gotta work a little harder where that mesh is. I love, if you've not seen the video, you might want to go back and see. For the ABC April challenge, I did the tape, and I showed you the different drywall tapes and what other different tapes you can use and make and so forth and so on. I absolutely love using this drywall tape. I absolutely love that. I'm going to use, really like them. I like them both. One's the mesh and one's the paper polka dot things. I like them both. They just have a different, each one have their own look. So I am going to see if I can, and hopefully it will show up, if I can get this to look like it's actually going on here. It actually doesn't look like it is doing very much. Okay, so let me do it with Distress ink. Not Distress ink, Archival. See if I can make that look like it would be a little bit darker. Yeah, see that? See how much more that? I must be about out of that. Stays on. I probably need to get a new one. I've had it forever, so it's probably time. Okay, so let me see if I can stamp this right here. And see if it will do. I hope so. I'm going to stamp it kind of hard so I can get in between the mesh on that. Okay, well, it's stamped. You can kind of tell it has the dates. Okay, that did okay. Not as good as I'd liked for it to do, but it was a gamble, and that's okay. Gambles are fine. It either works or it doesn't. It's not a big deal. Because I was really just going to stamp it across, just stamp a few of the dates just here. And that's probably what I should have done. But I didn't. So there we are. Do a little inking. And I got to tell you guys, if you know what's going on with this, tell me. I don't know. This is frayed burlap, Distress Oxide. You can hardly see what it is. But that's what it is. And I have a re-inker for the frayed burlap Distressed Oxide. It is the right thing. I shook it up, shook it, like you're supposed to do. And then I put it on, and it is very pale, turquoisey sort of blue. In the color, I'm going to use it. Maybe it'll be fine. The color is sort of, it's a different color than it was before I did the re-inker. So I don't know what's the deal with that. It is more green-ish looking than it was before I did the re-inker, and I don't know why. You can't tell on camera, but I really don't know why. I'm going to wipe that off some. Okay. Okay, I really didn't like the way that did, and I may change that. So what I will do, in case I do change that, is let me wipe off, because it won't hurt to do this too, in case I decide I want to. Oh, that'll be hard to do. That'll be hard to take off because it's underneath the bird. So, I don't know. I didn't like how that turned out. I was afraid it might not, and I was correct. It did not do well. Didn't do as well as one might like for it to. So I'm gonna stamp a little bit up there anyway. Just a couple of go down just a couple of dates. Yeah, let's go up to the, yeah, just that. And I'm going to stamp it up here. Like that. And then we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I didn't like the way that did. Made it look messy, and I liked the way the mesh looked over that. But anyway, in any case, here is my week 21 of the Margarete Miller Challenge. Let's go over the prompts. A pattern with contrasting colors. Well, I have this that has the mesh over it, and it was green and brown, which was, they're not very bright, but they are contrasting. And then of course with the stamp over it, that's even another contrasting color with a pattern. And then we have something sharp or pointed, and I'm going with the beak of this bird is pointed. An old library card or catalog entry. Well, this is Tim Holtz stamp that has the dates like from the side of a library card that was in the book, you know, the dates that it's been checked out. So I have that there and here. A snippet of handwritten recipe is the yellow with the red writing. A clipping of a meaningful or mysterious phrase is the happy life which flows along with steady course, completely under the soul's control, by Seneca. And then something silver or gray is this piece right here is a silvery gray. So that, I think I'm going to change that. That is my collage for this week. I think I'm going to put another piece of paper here and do another contrasting paper there. I don't like how that looks. So we'll see if that's what I do and if I get to that. But thanks for coming along. Hit the like button if you liked this video. Let me know what you think about this collage. I wish I hadn't stamped right there, but that's okay. Leave me a comment if you'd like, and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you'd like to see further videos from me. I appreciate all of you who come and watch my videos. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. And if you haven't, if you are just here, welcome for coming. And if you're back, welcome for coming back. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.